Welcome to my channel. Let me take you back to the precise nanosecond my entire existence clicked into a new 4-inch heeled rhythm. One measured in the soft tap-tap-tap of patent leather on tile and the electric hum of confidence coursing through veins I didn't know could feel this alive. It was Monday, September 11th, 7:03 a.m. sharp, the first day of senior week at Westbridge Academy, and I was 18, starting midfielder on the lacrosse team, 3.8 GPA, college-bound with early acceptance to Duke, and currently sprinting late to homeroom because my phone alarm had betrayed me in the cruelest way possible. I burst through the heavy glass front doors in scuffed Nike sneakers, navy gym shorts, and a gray hoodie that smelled faintly of yesterday's practice, only to slam face first into Principal Maria Valdez holding a clipboard like a sword and a grin sharp enough to cut glass. "Mr. Lucas James Reed," she announced to the rapidly emptying hallway, her voice echoing off the lockers like a gavel, "you are officially volunteering for Spirit Week's final challenge." I skidded to a halt on the polished linoleum, chest heaving, sneakers squeaking. I didn't sign up for anything, Dr. V. She tapped the clipboard with a manicured crimson nail. "Your name is right here in black Sharpie, courtesy of the senior prank committee, who apparently thought your lacrosse ego could use a little elevation." She flipped the page. Rule: 1 full week living in the opposite gender's uniform. Full commitment. Clothes, shoes, makeup, voice, posture. No swaps, no excuses, no "I have practice" cop-outs. Fail and you lose senior privileges. Prom ticket, parking spot, senior skip day, the works. Succeed and you're exempt from all finals. Clock starts right now. Before my brain could finish processing the words, she thrust a heavy black garment bag into my arms and pointed down the hall with military precision. "Nurse's office. Change. Heels are in the side pocket. Welcome to the girls' side, Lucia." The name hit like a physical slap across the face. Not Lucas with a casual tacked on. A full-on girl's name. My name for the next 7 days. The nurse's office smelled like antiseptic, stale coffee, and my own panic. I locked the door with trembling fingers, unzipped the bag and nearly dropped it on the tile floor. Inside lay the uniform of my nightmares. A pleated navy skirt that ended mid-thigh, the kind cheerleaders wore on game days. A crisp white blouse with a Peter Pan collar and tiny pearl buttons, sheer white knee-high socks with delicate satin bows at the cuffs, and, sweet mother of God, kill me now, black patent stilettos with a 4-inch needle heel and a red sole that screamed Louboutin knockoff but still lethal. A handwritten note in Valdez's looping cursive was pinned to the blouse. "Break a leg. Or don't. Heels are non-negotiable. V." I stared at my reflection in the small mirror above the sink. Messy blonde hair that never quite lay flat, faint stubble from a rushed morning shave, green eyes wide with terror, lacrosse-toned legs that had carried me through state championships, and laughed until I cried. Then I locked the door again, rolled up my sleeves and got to work. Shaving came first. The razor was hot pink, of course. The shaving cream smelled like coconut and summer, and every single stroke felt like signing a binding contract with the devil in patent leather. Legs first. Slow, meticulous drags up my calves, the blade scraping over skin that had never seen daylight, over knees that knocked together from sheer nerves, up thighs that quivered like jello on a plate. The foam piled in the sink like pastel clouds. Arms next, shoulders to wrists, then chest, the faint happy trail below my navel that I'd never given a second thought, even the random hairs on my knuckles and big toes. By the time I rinsed the razor for the final pass, my skin was angry pink raw, and tingling like I'd been rolled in crushed mint leaves. I slathered aloe vera gel over every inch, cool, slippery, my hands shaking as I massaged it into calves that now looked endless and smooth. The skirt zipped with a whisper that sounded like a countdown. The blouse tucked neatly, the Peter Pan collar framing a neck that suddenly looked longer. The socks rolled up calves that trembled. The heels, Jesus H. Christ, were a war crime against humanity. I slipped my feet in, the patent leather cool and unforgiving, and stood. Instant vertigo. I wobbled like a newborn foal, clutching the sink as my ankles threatened immediate mutiny. 4 inches felt like 4 feet. The red sole caught the fluorescent light like a warning. The wig was last, long honey blonde waves with subtle caramel highlights, parted in the middle, cascading in soft layers past my shoulders and brushing my collarbones. I pinned it with bobby pins I found in the drama club emergency kit stashed under the sink, sprayed it with half a can of extra hold hairspray that choked the tiny room. Makeup? The same kit, liquid foundation in light honey, a beauty sponge, peachy blush, brown mascara, cherry red gloss that tasted like artificial fruit. I looked like a YouTube "get ready with me" tutorial gone horribly, beautifully wrong. Then the mirror caught me mid-panic attack. I stopped breathing. Completely. My lungs forgot their job. The girl staring back had full, pouty lips that shimmered like wet candy, huge green eyes framed by lashes so long they looked like they belonged on a Disney princess, cheekbones high and flushed with peachy blush, jawline softened into something delicate and almost elfin. My neck looked longer, collarbones sharp under the Peter Pan collar. "Say something," I whispered to the stranger in the mirror. My voice cracked, deep and masculine and utterly wrong in this porcelain doll visage. Then on pure instinct lifted. "Hi. I'm Lucia." Softer. Breathier. With a lilt at the end like a question. Hers. The hallway was a gauntlet straight out of a nightmare. Lockers slammed like gunshots. Phones rose like periscopes. Whispers followed me like smoke curling from a fire I'd accidentally started. "Is that Lucas Reed?" "No way, dude." "Holy shit, he's hot." Those legs. I clung to the wall, each step a high-stakes negotiation with gravity and those demonic heels. My toes screamed. My calves burned. By the time I reached third period AP Calc, the heels had carved blisters into my pinky toes, but something shifted. The click-click-click of the stilettos became a metronome. Hips swayed without conscious effort. Shoulders relaxed. Chin lifted. I wasn't walking, I was gliding. Heads turned. Not in mockery. In awe. Tuesday dawned with the promise of lacrosse practice, and the threat of public humiliation. I teetered into the locker room in the uniform, skirt swishing, heels clicking like punctuation marks. The team froze mid-lace-up. Tyler, my best friend since kindergarten, goalie 6'3" of pure muscle, did a cartoon double-take, Gatorade bottle frozen halfway to his lips. "Reed? What the actual foo?" Coach Ramirez blew his whistle so hard it echoed off the cinderblock walls. "Reed. Explain." I lifted my chin, voice steady in the higher register I'd practiced in the mirror all night. "Spirit Week challenge, coach. I'm all in." He barked a laugh that turned into a cough. "Fine. Drills in heels. Let's see if you've got guts or if you eat turf." I ran suicides in stilettos. The grass clawed at the red soles. I dribbled the ball, the skirt flaring with every pivot. I shot and scored 3 goals in a row. The team howled with laughter that slowly morphed into cheers. Lucia's got moves. The pain was white-hot fire shooting up my calves, but the rush? Pure electricity. Adrenaline tasted like victory and cherry gloss. Wednesday, the squad dragged me to the mall after school. "Lucia needs accessories." I trailed behind them in the pleated skirt and a borrowed crop top, clutching a tiny crossbody purse like a lifeline. Escalators were pure torture. Every guy's eyes seemed magnetized to my legs as I ascended, the pleats fluttering with the motion. But then in the food court, a little girl no older than 5 tugged her mom's sleeve and pointed with a sticky ice cream finger. "Mommy, that princess is so tall and pretty." The mom hushed her quickly, but the words landed in my chest like a firework, warming something I couldn't name. In a boutique called Glitz and Glam, Mia held up a pair of dangly gold hoop earrings that caught the fluorescent lights like tiny suns. "Try these on." The mirror showed a girl with sun-kissed shoulders, hair tousled from the mall's AC breeze, lips curved in a tentative, wondering smile. I clipped the hoops on carefully, watching them sway when I turned my head, brushing my neck with cool metal. I like them," I whispered, the admission surprising even me. The squad squealed in unison. "Lucia tax. They're yours." Thursday, the talent show. The auditorium was packed. Students, teachers, parents, the works. I lip-synced to Chapel Roan's Hot To Go, in a borrowed sequin mini dress that caught every stage light and platform boots that added another 3 inches. The crowd roared from the first beat. I nailed the choreography, hips popping, hair flip sending the wig flying in perfect arcs, death drop that ended with me on one knee, arms wide, sequins flashing like a disco ball. Backstage, Mia, captain of cheer, 5'0" of pure energy, tackled me in a hug. "You're iconic, Lucia." Like viral level iconic. My heart somersaulted, champagne bubbles in my veins. Friday, the bonfire. Fairy lights strung through pine trees, music pulsing from a Bluetooth speaker, the scent of smoke, pine and charred marshmallows. I danced in a sundress the color of cotton candy and strappy silver heels, arms above my head, skirt twirling around my thighs like a cloud. Someone wolf whistled. Tyler, my best friend, the guy who'd seen me puke behind the bleachers in 7th grade, did a cartoon double take across the fire, beer bottle frozen halfway to his lips. Panic clawed up my throat like bile. He knows. He'll tell everyone. The whole school will know by morning. Tyler started toward me, weaving through the crowd with purpose. The squad followed my gaze. Shit. Lucas, Lucia, I corrected automatically, the name slipping out like Kevlar. Tyler reached me, eyes wide as saucers. Lucas? Dude, is that? His voice carried over the music. Heads turned. The bonfire tilted on its axis. I could bolt. Rip off the wig, scream it was a prank, save whatever was left of my reputation. Mia's hand found mine under the fairy lights, squeezing hard. Breathe, babe. Tyler stared, waiting for the punchline. The old me, the Lucas in lacrosse jerseys who lived for late-night scrimmages, wanted to die on the spot. But the girl in the cotton candy sundress, the one with gold hoops swaying and cherry-red nails digging into Mia's palm? She lifted her chin. Hey Ty, I said, voice steady for the first time all week, higher, lilting, undeniably hers. Yeah, it's me. Surprise. A nervous laugh escaped. Light tinkling, the kind that turned heads. Tyler blinked once, twice. Then his face broke into a grin that was equal parts shock and admiration. Bro, damn. You look good. Like really good. The tension shattered like glass. Someone hooped from the crowd. Phones came out, not for mockery but for selfies. Can we get a pic with the legend? A sophomore squealed. I posed, one arm around Mia's waist, smile wide and real, the gold hoops catching the firelight with every tilt of my head. Tyler clapped me on the back, gentler than usual, like he was afraid I'd break. Didn't know you had this in you, man. I met his eyes, the green irises I'd seen in mirrors my whole life, now framed by lashes and confidence. Neither did I. Saturday, the final boss. Prom committee meeting, in the girls' uniform, because why stop now? I walked into the cafeteria like I owned the room. Heels clicking like punctuation marks. Hips swaying. Skirt swishing. The committee, half the cheer squad, half the drama club, voted me chair on the spot. Lucia's got vision, Mia declared. We planned a starry night theme. Twinkle lights, midnight blue drapes, a photo booth with cardboard constellations. I sketched table settings on a napkin, gold hoops swaying as I leaned over the table. By the end, even the faculty advisor was taking notes. Sunday, 11:59 p.m. The week ended in the nurse's office where it began. I stood in front of the same sink, heels in one hand, wig on the counter, blisters throbbing like war medals. Principal Valdez entered, clipboard in hand. Well, Mr. Reed? I took a deep breath, the sundress still swishing around my knees. What if? I swallowed hard, the words sticking like marshmallow. What if I'm not ready to stop? She studied me for a long moment, then smiled. Not the shark grin from Monday, but something softer. Then you don't stop. Lucia stays as long as she wants. As long as you want. My heart somersaulted, champagne bubbles in my veins. Even, at practice, games, in front of the team. He grinned. Especially there. But fair warning, Coach Ramirez is already designing plays around your center of gravity. I shoved her shoulder, laughing, the sound bright and free and undeniably mine. Monday morning, I walked into homeroom in slacks and a blazer. My old uniform safe and familiar, but the wiggle in my hips as I navigated the aisle? The way I tucked a non-existent strand of hair behind my ear? Hers. Tyler saved me a seat in the back row, sliding over an iced coffee without a word. For the record, he whispered as the teacher droned on about syllabi, Lucia's way cooler than Lucas ever was. I smirked, cherry-red nails tapping the cup. Don't let him hear you say that. He's still in here somewhere. The heels live in my closet now, hanging beside the cotton candy sundress and those gold hoops that catch the light every time I open the door. Some days I'm Lucas. Cleats laced tight, scruff shadowing my jaw, crushing goals with the boys till the sun sets. Other days, I'm Lucia. Lipstick bold as a battle cry, heels clicking like punctuation marks, owning every room I walk into with a sway that turns heads and a smile that says I know exactly who I am. Valdez calls me her favorite girl either way, and I let her because that week didn't just trap me in high heels. It set me free. The me I didn't know was waiting under lacrosse jerseys and self-doubt. The me who can code switch between midfielder and muse without missing a beat. The me who finally understands that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's strutting in 4-inch stilettos while your heart tries to escape your ribcage, and loving every second. And if you're watching this, heart racing, palms sweaty, wondering what your reflection could say back if you gave it permission, try it. 1 week. 1 dare. 1 pair of heels you never thought you'd wear. You might just meet the version of you the world's been waiting for. I know I did.